Greetings, fellow Whovians, and welcome to Timey Review. This weekend saw the London Film Comic Con Winter 2024 event take place with some huge Doctor Who related guest stars, particularly Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson. This was their first appearance at a UK Comic Con. Very exciting. I obviously shared that with you early in the year on this channel, so I was very excited for people. Full disclaimer, I was not at this event this weekend, but I always like to sort of keep an eye on what went down. Love all seeing all the different photos and different experiences that take place at this event. But when I was reading through Twitter and Facebook last night, I was seeing quite a lot of worrying comments coming from this event, particularly being oversold diamond passes for Ncuti Gatwa, lots of overbooked, overrunning queuing, some very not so nice photos, inappropriate touching being involved at today's event as well. So I thought, I couldn't really sit on this. I wanted to talk about it. Obviously, look at what went well, what didn't go well, what could be done in the future, and just give a sort of full sort of story on my opinions from what I've read and seen through social media posts. First, we need to go back in time just a few days prior to this event when it was announced through Showmasters and London Comic Con Facebook page that there is a slight change into Ncuti Gatwa's schedule. So originally he was only going to be attending the Saturday event for London Film Comic Con Winter 2024, signing, doing autograph sessions, photo sessions, and then there was an exclusive talk at the end of the event on Saturday, so after 6 o'clock. But as we know, he is a very busy man, and there was a scheduling conflict because obviously at the moment he is doing the rehearsals for the for West End play, The Importance of Being Earnest. The talk show had to be cancelled, which the showmaster did say there was going to give out full refunds for that particular talk after the event, which is good. But they also mentioned another part of the good news is it'll be limited appearance on Saturday, but we'll also have him on Sunday for some more autographs and photo opportunities, which is also good. However, what wasn't overly transparent was how much of a schedule that he had. So I did download the schedule that he was down for both Saturday and Sunday, and yeah, it did look very limited. Now, I don't totally blame Showmasters for this one. It is what it is. It's a miracle, to be fair, that they managed to get him completely for that limited scheduling for the weekend, especially having that extra time for the Sunday. It could have been easily a scheduling conflict and Ncuti was unable to attend. You know, we see that before with many guest stars at various Comic Cons. It's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. I would have to commend Showmasters and Ncuti's commitment to this event, that they were managed to get whatever time they got for Ncuti for this weekend. However, rightly so, it did start to cause concerns for people who are attending this event. Particularly, you know, are they going to get through as many of the Diamond Pass holders, as well as just people have already prepaid for their autographs or photograph sessions, as well as any sort of virtual queuing that people might want to do on the day. If you're not sure what a Diamond Pass is, that's pretty much like a priority ticket, virtually guaranteeing you to meet that particular star for an even higher fee. And yeah, they don't come cheap. I'm not going to lie. I've never used them personally at previous Comic Cons. I've always used like virtual tickets or bought the tickets online. But you know, some people prefer to do that, and that's absolutely fine as well. But yeah, the Diamond Passes are pretty much a sort of virtual guarantee that you are going to be meeting that particular guest. So when it came to Saturday, there was a lot of people there ready to meet the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday, of course. And yeah, a lot of images of overcrowding in particularly that photo area. Yeah, and it did look pretty hectic down there. And it didn't take too much of a genius to see that it has definitely oversold on the diamond passes, and trying to get everyone in as quickly as possible. And Saturdays are always tough for a Comic Con. My top tip is, if unless there's like a particular guest that can only attend a certain date on a Saturday, just try and do the Sunday or try and do a full weekend. Sundays are traditionally a more quieter day. Never got that. I always thought that Sunday would be the busier day, but for whatever reason, they're not. They usually are the quieter day. So unless a certain guest can only attend a certain day, like Saturday only, try and do the Sunday or try and do a weekend. That's my top tip for you if you can afford to do so. Showmasters did put in their notification prior to the event that if you do have a diamond pass for Saturday and you can make the Sunday, drop them an email and they will change it for the Sunday for you. I think that was just to try and ease the burden of everyone trying to get the diamond passes on a Saturday, which obviously was the case because diamond pass holders were getting turned away because of just the limited schedule that Ncuti have. They clearly was oversold, and they just couldn't get everyone all done and dusted on that day, which probably left a lot of people disappointed, and understandably so. And they could attend Sunday's event free of charge and have to pay any additional fees for that to have their photograph or autograph session with Ncuti. So that was good. So I'm glad that was being offered, but probably for a lot of fans who could only attend Saturday, I think that's people are going to get a bit looked out, because obviously they might not have been able to afford an extra stay at a hotel, especially in London, as well as or driving back with petrol fees and parking fees as well, if they was using their own transportation. So yeah, it's a difficult one, this. But first off, no blame attached for Ncuti at all. From everything that I've seen on social media posts, he was an absolute joy to have met. Really smiley, very positive, lots of great photographs of him and people who have attended this event. All I got is lots of positivity from Ncuti, which is quite rightly so, because again, must have been absolutely super hard work for Ncuti to have done, as well as obviously doing the rest of his tech rehearsals for The Importance of Being Earnest, and then any other interviews that he's going to be doing for Doctor Who or for the West End show. And there was videos that have been plastered on social media of how the sort of photograph session worked, where it was basically one person after another, very quick turnaround, only a few seconds. And I'm not a big fan of photographs. I prefer to do the autograph session. I feel like you get a little bit more time with the guests doing an autograph. But I know many people, photographs is the most popular thing. So and again, fair play. So yeah, I'm really glad that Ncuti really just got stuck in and gave the best experience to the people that have spent a lot of money to attend this event. And I also don't solely blame Showmasters for the sudden change in schedule. Things change at a drop of a hat, and that's for any guest who could potentially attend a Comic-Con event. Just one of those things. But I think transparency and communication was very lacking, and I feel sorry for the people who was having to deal with the overcrowding that was clearly there, much to like fans' frustrations. Because most of the we do know, or if you don't know, most of the people who are organizing or helping out at the event, they are volunteers, and they're not being paid to do so. Probably are that will be being paid to do so, but a lot of the event organizers are volunteers. And yeah, if I was having to deal with that, I think it must have been a very difficult time for them. And again, I've heard that there was lots of upset fans, and rightly so. but taking the frustrations out on the wrong people, which was sad to hear. And yeah, could have this been totally avoided? Probably not, but could better actions been taken? Absolutely. I think really, I think they should have given a bit more. There should have been more transparency from the higher ups at Showmasters regarding this, because obviously they clearly knew that they've definitely oversold on Diamond Pass. It was not going to work. I'm glad that they kind of put the opportunity for people that have got diamond passes to be transferred for the Sunday. Happy with that. I think really as an added incentive was like, if you wanted to do this and you are able to do so, do it on the Sunday and we will waive the entry fee. I think that would have been better. I think probably more people would have volunteered to do so. Like I said, if I was doing the weekend, I would have gone, yeah, actually, I'll tell you what, I'll do the Sunday one and just put a note on there that you will be prioritized first and then sort of have that running order for those, just to try and balance it out. From what I've heard, Sunday's event did run a lot more smoother than Saturdays. Like I said, traditionally it's more of a quieter day, because there was numbers of up to like 600 people who had a Diamond Pass ticket would have been sort of added on for Sundays. Whether that's the full 600, I probably very much doubt it. Because again, they're probably quite a good proportion of those people might not have been able to make the Sunday show. So I hope if they do get a full refund or the options of full refund. I know I've heard that Showmasters try and give like vouchers or anything as an alternative to full cash refunds, as it were. But I hope really Showmasters just do that. Again, I don't know, full disclaimer there. But if you do know, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm glad that it all went without a hitch. As far as I'm aware, people that did come back from Saturday's Diamond Pass did get all theirs through, as well as Sunday's Diamond Pass holders and other ticket holders. And apparently some virtual queuing ones managed to get photos as well. The autograph sessions seem to have gone really well. Again, there was not many issues from what I have read or seen about the autograph sort of part of it. It was mainly the photos that obviously is a lot more popular for the fans who were sort of having the more difficulty. So I'm glad that's happened today, and I think it was quite lucky for Showmasters to a certain respect that they kind of got themselves out of a very, very sticky situation. But as well, we had Millie Gibson, of course, Ruby Sunday, making her attendance for the full weekend as well for London Film Comic Con Winter 2024. And again, looking bright, looking bubbly, being really friendly to all the people, all the fans that attended for either the autographs or photograph sessions. The one thing I did hear, though, again, it's not fully confirmed, and I don't think it ever will be, but apparently there's some inappropriate touching going on at one of the photo sessions where a fan held Millie, not really sort of round the arm, but more towards down the waist. I think we know where we're talking about. And apparently after that happened, there was a sign or there was warning saying either sort of no body contact or just arms on the waist type of thing. So I'm glad that was dealt with very quickly. Not cool for the person who did that, really. There was just no reason at all. That just obviously not only spoils it for the other fans that was there, and there's, people do like that human contact. I wouldn't even dare think of doing something like that at all. Male, female, just a big no. Everyone are entitled to their personal space. Should never have happened. So again, if you are going to go to this, I know people do get a bit overexcited and stuff, fine, but mind your manners and obviously be aware of people's personal spaces. So I'm glad that that was dealt with, and I hope obviously that hasn't affected Millie's experience for a Comic Con. You know, again, she attended the San Diego Comic Con with Ncuti Gatwa, so obviously that's a very different kettle of fish, and I hope we do get to see them both at a future Comic Con event. And that's the same go for Ncuti. Like I said, he must have been incredibly busy over the last 2 days. And yes, obviously they would have been paid for attend and everything else that goes with that. But again, it's the experience as well. And we've seen that before. Sadly, from Showmasters, I know it's like the whole Joseph Quinn incident from a couple of years ago. And I know it's happened with other organisers as well. You know, it's just sad that it's come off the back of a very successful Liverpool Comic Con or Comic Con Liverpool organised by Monopoly Events, and in greatest respects, that was bigger. You know, they had 3 arenas to deal with and lots of sort of big guests. And from what I've seen, it all ran very smoothly. Honestly, I thought that was going to be way too big for Monopoly Events, but they managed to do it. And again, no real issues from what I have heard, apart from like people having their drinks taken off them at the entry gate, which got cleared up eventually. That was the only sort of major sort of issues that I've heard. But yeah, to sort of read and find out what's been going on over at over at Showmasters events for the London Film Comic Con weekend. Yeah, it's sad. Obviously, there was some good things that happened. You know, there was lots of other guests, and lots of people had great time. And overall, I think people would go away saying that they've had a good experience, and I'm glad. Like I said, I've been to Showmasters, I've been to Monopoly, and I've had a good time. But there is a lot of prep work to do. I did do a Comic Con top tips, which was aimed at mainly for Showmasters and Monopoly events. I'll put the link in the description, in the comment section as well. So if you want to have a look at that video, feel free to do so. And if anything, after sort of what I've read and seen from Showmasters, it's definitely spurred me to volunteer my services and my time. It's just, you know, hopefully it just doesn't clash on a weekend that I'm not won't be able to do. But I certainly want to volunteer in the future and just see it from the other side of the coin, because yeah, I like I said, I don't blame any of the organisers that were there. They were dealt a bad hand from the higher ups of Showmasters, and they had to deal with this as best as humanly possible. And we are all human. We all get upset. We all get angry. And especially for people that were in that photo session for Ncuti, it must have been a very scary moment. You know, lots of overcrowding. You know, and that's going to affect people with any disabilities, any anxieties, any fears of claustrophobia. You know, all that is going to sort of have your pent up rage, or any sort of pent up emotions, aren't you? And then you're having to then you go do meet, you know, Ncuti or whatever guest that you have, and you want to be in the sort of more relaxed environment, especially if you paid a diamond pass where, you know, you're paying premium. You want that premium service back at the end of the day. So really, if anything, I do hope Showmasters look at this weekend and just look at where that they can improve. I do think they need to limit the amount of diamond pass that they sell, and just to give that fair opportunity for other fans to have their moment with their guests, whether they're just paid just the normal prices for meeting their stars. You know, yeah, if you want to have diamond priority, they should have that option as well, but I think it should be limited to the amount that they have. Obviously, Showmasters and Monopolies and other big Comic Cons, or any sort of people that organise Comic Cons, it is a business at the end of the day. They are here to make money, and totally understand it. But you know, the fans are the ones that got you there in the first place, and you've got to sort of return that in respect as well. It's a two-way street. Importantly, I hope that it hasn't affected Ncuti or Millie's experience of doing any future Comic Cons, whether it's with Showmasters or another organisation. I do hope they do return. I'm sure they will. And equally, or more importantly, I hope this doesn't affect the fans. You know, obviously, I wanted to report on this and have my fair take on it and fair balance from there, you know, because they are fantastic. I love going to Comic Cons. I wish I've been to more Liverpool or London or any of the sort of big cons in the UK. Again, it's just been money and time, but hopefully that'll be something I can do next year. I'll try to get to because I really do enjoy them. There is some great stories to be told out there. And yeah, I've seen the good. I've also dealt with the bad. You know, I've when we've had the London Comic Con with all the doctors, with Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, David Tennant, Christopher Eccleston. I managed to meet Chris and David, but didn't have the time to meet Matt and Peter. They were just way too busy. And to be honest, I was very lucky to have met David. Because I had like a low sort of batch number to have met him after all the Diamond Pass ones, and I was literally off the cutting off point on that one. I was just basically that one lucky number to get in, and I've met David, and he signed my Monopoly Board of Fame. So, you know, I've seen the good, I've seen the bad. But it's just one of those things which I do hope Showmasters have learned. At the time of recording, I haven't heard any sort of official statements from Showmasters. I hope they do so because I think it does need to be addressed. And if there is, I will keep you updated. But did you attend London Film Comic Con Winter 2024? If you did, let me know in the comments below. Let me know your experiences with Ncuti Gatwa or Millie Gibson as part of the photo or autograph sessions, or any other guest stars that you met at this event, or what did you do at this event if you weren't too fussed about the celebrities? Did you go and buy any wonderful bargains, or talk to any cosplayers, or even talk to any other Doctor Who fans? I know Colin Baker was there as well. There was some nice photos with him, with Ncuti and Millie. Yeah, like I said, Comic Cons are a fun time, whatever you do. So again, let's end on a positive. Let me know what was some good moments that you've had at a previous Comic Con or this Comic Con. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. Hit the close bell for more notifications. Come say hello and follow me on Facebook and X. And do check out my other fantastic Doctor Who related content on the Time Wime Review TikTok page. And of course, right here on the Time Wime Review YouTube channel. Thank you as always for your love and support. Until we meet again.